Hey you guys, welcome back for another video. If it's your first time here, my name is Audrey. I do a whole lot of DIY videos. I do a whole lot of shop with me videos. And if that is your jam, then you're in the right spot. Go ahead and make sure that you hit that subscribe button if that sounds like something that you're interested in. Today, as you can probably tell, we're going to be doing something different. We are going to be making DIY home decor using Target dollar spot items. So you guys, if you've been here for any amount of time, you know that my design style is neutral. I talk about it all the time, but you guys don't often see inside of my house. And as you can see, there's a lot of neutrals going on in here. So I do have a video here on YouTube where I DIY this headboard, and I'll make sure, guys, that I go ahead and link that below. I like black, white, creams, tans. The light and airy feels with the contrast of black make me happy. But there are a couple names that these design styles or color palettes can go with, and that would be modern Scandinavian or just Scandinavian, or Japandi. And Japandi is a mix between Japanese and Scandinavian. Usually they call Scandinavian style Scandi, so you have Japandi. And there we have it. So a lot of the items that we're going to be making today are going to be Japandi Scandinavian inspired. You guys, it just really makes me happy. I love everything about it. I hope that you guys love these DIYs as much as I enjoyed making them. I'd love to see you guys remake them or put your spin on them. And if you do that and you have an Instagram, because who doesn't, go ahead and make sure that you tag me. I'll put my Instagram down here so you can go ahead and do that. Don't forget about me because I want to see. Yeah, so let me quit yapping because I can do this all day. Let's go ahead and get into these DIYs, you guys. You guys, so they have 3 of these little signs left, and I have been eyeing them. A lot of the Targets still have them for wedding season, so you can like write things on them and all that kind of stuff. Really customizable signs. So I am going to get 2 of the skinnier tall ones, and then 1 of these that are a little bit wider, and we're gonna do a DIY. So for starters, these signs have some hooks on the back for wall mounting, and we're going to go ahead and unscrew those and take them all off and save them for future projects. So here's what all of the signs look like, and the table that I wanted to make had a T shape at the bottom. So I'm just putting it together to see what it looks like, and then I measured out the center of this sign. Next, I put both of the signs together where they're going to be joining, and I made 3 marks on both of them at the same spot. Then I'm going to go in with the drill and get started on making some pilot holes so it'll be easier to drill them together. I got some countersink drill bits, and these drill bits basically just make it so that you can make a pilot hole and it will sink into the wood just like that. This is going to allow me to drill in the screw below the surface of the wood so that later I can go back and hide where it's at. I followed the same process, making 3 holes for the top and pilot holes again along the top of where the table's going to be, and then I went ahead and drilled those in as well. I pre-drilled in the nails for the top just so they would stick through slightly and I can kind of catch them on the pilot holes that I made on the base. First, I went ahead and added some glue, and then I added the tabletop and just continued drilling them in. Now, if you don't want to do all of this, you can definitely just glue these pieces together. It will not be as sturdy as one that I'm making, but it'll work for light decor. After I was done drilling, I went in and added some wood filler so that you'll never know that these holes existed. I sanded them down really good, wiped it down, and then I noticed that the table was still a little wobbly. So I grabbed a dowel that I had and I marked off how tall it needed to be, and I cut it down so that I could make an extra leg. I went ahead and screwed that on, and then I sprayed everything down with black Rust-Oleum spray paint. After everything dried, I came in and I got a pool noodle. I cut it down to the size of the leg and then I shimmied it down the pole, which I would not suggest because that took so long. Definitely would suggest cutting it and then just wrapping it around. And then I went in with some black acrylic paint just so the red wouldn't peek through. I got these very long bamboo skewers from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna go ahead and measure one out to determine how long they need to be, and then I went ahead and cut the rest of the pack to that size. I added a ponytail holder around it, and then I put the rest of the bamboo skewers around. So once that was done, I went through with some duct tape and taped all of the skewers down. That way I could take them off as if it were a mat, add some wood glue, paint it all over, and then once that was done, I went ahead and added it back to the leg. Then I added some duct tape to make sure that this was a tight fit and let it sit to dry. Once it was dry, this is how it turned out. I love this table, you guys. It is so pretty and different, and no one would ever know that it came from the Target Dollar Spot and Dollar Tree. All right, y'all. So this is going to require you to get 2 of these planters. I got the bigger ones for $5 each. They also have the smaller ones that we just saw for $3 each. So I had already bought one before and I had planted some of my struggle aloe in there. It's struggling, you guys, but I'm trying. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just cover up my aloe because I don't want to take it out of the planter because it's already on the struggle bus and I don't want to do any more damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover it up before I get started on this project. Now that it's all covered up, safe and secure, I'm going to go ahead and get my second planter. This one I'm going to be turning upside down, and we are going to go ahead and add some of this E6000, or the, I guess, Bobo E6000 that you get from Dollar Tree. And so we're going to go ahead and start gluing this to the bottom of the planter. Now I purposely left gaps in between some of the places that I put the E6000. I only did this around the 2 white circles that you see there because they were raised. And in between those spaces, I'm going to add some hot glue. Now I'm just going to glue the bottom of both of the planters together. So my idea behind this was to make this look like one seamless piece. So I'm going to be using some drywall spackling and I'm going to fill in the gap around where the 2 vases connect. And school's out for the summer, so you guys see I have a little helper who wanted to get his hands dirty. Once we got all the cracks covered, I used a putty knife to remove the excess spackle, and then it was time to let it dry. Once it dried, I used a wet sponge to remove any of the excess spackle that I didn't want on there, and then I let it dry again. Then I took it outside to go ahead and spray paint. And this is how it turned out. So you guys, do you like it, love it, hate it? Do you want to recreate it? Go ahead, let's talk about it in the comments. So I wanted to pop in and show you guys a really quick DIY that I did using the tray that we found in the dollar spot. So I took measuring tape and I split it in half. That's the easiest way that I can think of because that way you don't have to worry about any math measurements or anything like that if it's not your jam. So then we go ahead and put some painter's tape in the middle. Make sure that you have it down really good so that none of the paint gets underneath the tape. I went ahead and took it outside and also layered it with a sandwich bag so that the paint doesn't get on that side over there. And then I'm going to spray it with some white paint. Next, I'm going to follow up that white paint with this stone textured paint and give it a spray. And you guys, after I took this off, I thought it was so cute. That line is so crisp and it's so pretty. Check this out. I thought it was amazing. Comment below and let me know what you guys thought about it. Did you like it, love it, hate it? Do you want to recreate it? Go ahead and comment below and let's get back to shopping. So we're going to start out using these ceramic bowls from the dollar spot. They were only $5 and it's a pack of 2. These bowls were so pretty and the shape was gorgeous. My adhesion of choice today is going to be a hot glue gun and some Gorilla Glue sticks. You guys, these are the best hot glue sticks, hands down, like, promise you. And now we're going to move on to the most high-end, affordable, simplistic DIY ever. I'm turning over my small bowl and I'm putting the big bowl on top. We're going to make a pedestal bowl. And I'm just moving it around to try to figure out how I want it. If I want the dips to go in at the same area or if I want them to flow the same way, like this. So now I'm going to glue it together, and it is so important to be using a high heat glue gun as well as this good quality glue because it'll allow the glue to stay hotter longer, which will give you more time between adhering the 2 bowls together. Usually if you don't use one that's high heat, it'll cool and harden before you even get to put them together, and that sucks. Next, we're going to be using 2 of these beautiful vases from the dollar spot, both $3 each, and again, super easy. All we're going to be doing is gluing them together, and this literally looks so high-end. To give that pedestal bowl a little bit more va-va-voom, I used some of these faux moss stones that I got from Dollar Tree, first stuffing it with a plastic bag or 2 to give it some height and then put the stones on top. And lastly, I decided to put these hanging stems that I got from Dollar Tree a while ago for $3 to finish the look. And what do you guys think? Do you like it, love it, hate it? Do you want to recreate it? Go ahead and comment below. So first, you guys, we are going to start by cutting this tag off. I don't know how many times I've yanked the tag off of something and ruined it, like a shirt, whatever. But next we're going to go ahead and remove these horribly ugly handles. I'm sorry, they're so bad and flimsy. Then I just want to show you guys how the light looked. It is a pretty warm light, but we don't need it. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out. And it left a perfect little hole there because we're going to be turning this into a pendant light. So I got these hockey puck lights from Amazon and I'll link them below. I'm going to be taking some painter's tape and I'm going to tape off the light portion because I want to paint these black. I also got a pendant light cord from Amazon as well. You can plug this into a wall and use real bulbs, but my outlet wasn't quite as close as I needed it to be, so that's why we're going to go ahead and just use the remote puck lights. Next, I noticed that the hole needed to be widened up a little bit, so I'm going around with a razor. Sorry you guys if this is freaking you out. There's probably a safer way to do this. I just couldn't think of what it was. So this is what I was doing. You guys be safe out there. But I was able to accomplish the goal, you guys. I only needed to shave it down a little bit. So I wasn't feeling how crafty the wood looked, so I wanted to go ahead and stain it. Turned out pretty, but I'll never do it again because the level of toxic fumes you have to encounter just for pretty wood was not a fair trade-off. I think I'm gonna start like a say no to traditional stain campaign. Like, I will be the head of the organization. If anyone knows of any natural stains that don't fumigate your entire house, even if you're in the garage, please go ahead and comment below. I'm really interested. So after waiting about a day or so for the stain to cure, I went ahead and added the pendant cord and it fit perfectly. This is usually the part where you would just go ahead and add a light bulb, and I'm just using hot glue because in the future I can just snap this off if I want to and use a bulb if I'm close enough to an outlet. So this is how it turned out, you guys, and the puck light comes with a remote so you can change the brightness level. It was so cute, y'all. What do you think? Let me know. Did you like it, love it, hate it? Do you want to recreate it? Go ahead and let me know below. Alright, you guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much again for watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. We're gonna have so many more DIYs coming at you guys. I find inspiration everywhere from Pinterest to Crate and Barrel to Our House and Pottery Barn. And I love a lot of foreign design styles. So go ahead and stick with me, you guys. I'm excited even to see where I'm gonna be going because I don't even know. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.